Yes, now let me venture something. Yes. Two sides of a coin.
Yes.
One side says, show me what you're capable of, and I'll trust you with leadership.
Sure.
The other side is saying, trust us, give us something to do, and then we'll show you what you're capable of.
Sure.
Can young people be trusted with very high and sensitive leadership? In other words, let me ask this question. Should we be careful about Sonkoism?
Wow. It's interesting that you say, should we be careful about Sonkoism? And
yes.
let's go ahead and say, the people in Makadara, I dare say, when they voted for a youthful Mike Sonko, did not vote for Mike Sonko. I dare say that. They voted against, the incumbent.
Yes.
They didn't vote for, they voted against. So if they got to know who Mike Sonko is, maybe it would be different.
But let's look at Sonko in his public decorum, the way he purports to represent the youth.
Yes.
It's almost something like a protest statement, wishing to wear studs in Parliament.
Charles, I'll tell you, young people are angry.
Yes.
Young people are disillusioned. And especially, I think George here is making those sentiments.
Yes.
That young people are angry, young people are disillusioned. But I have a saying that my father has always told me, and I've continued to do. In life, you don't get what you deserve. You get what you negotiate for.
That's what I was talking about. Are they waiting for the tools to be given to them, or should they go out there and grab the tools and say, we need these tools, we need to take leadership? George.
Okay. Basically, what I can say, I agree with him at one point. Yeah? They need to move out and grab these opportunities.
Yes.
Yeah? But when you look at the environment, the prevailing circumstances that they are supposed to look upon when they are going to grab these opportunities, they are nowhere to be seen. In our organization, which is an ITF, International Transformation Foundation, yeah?
Sure.
Yes.
We deal with the youth. Yeah, basically went to the field and went to the ground. Yeah, we found the problems of the youth.
Yes.
Yeah. Then we thought, as young people, we thought, what can we do different? Instead of just insisting on change, what can we do different?
And what have you done differently?
So what you have done differently, we get these youths, we are instilling the mindset, a transformative mindset. Not really change, but a transformative mindset.
Yes.
Because it must start with the inside George.
And what are the elements of this transformative mindset that you're talking about?
The elements of this transformative mindset, it begins with me, the social aspect of me.
Yes.
What I've seen on the ground. What are the problems I've encountered? So when it reaches a point that I've analyzed all these things, then I think one thing, is it the outside George or the inside George for me to make a change? So that's where the transformation aspect comes in. If I transform my mind, I say I can do it despite the prevailing circumstances. That is not said just by word of mouth. It must start within me. And in our organization, what we do, we bring these youths. Most of them are from the rural areas and some slums. They've lost hope. What they have lost hope, why? They are thinking it's different. Despite the available and the prevailing circumstances. They might be positive to them. They can go out and get it. But look at these young people. They've lost hope from inside. So they're saying that us, we can't do it. Although we see that you will do it, us, we can't do it. But us youth, we're saying that, us as youth leaders, we're saying that it must start with us.
And it starts with you. And right now we will go into a break. But after the break, we need to talk about some specifics. And this issue of youth in leadership is definitely something we'll be discussing for a while. We are going into a break now. Please send us your comments and your views on 4316. We'll be glad to hear from you. Don't go away. Please stay with us. Welcome back to Crosstalk. If you've just joined us, we are discussing the subject of youth and leadership in this society. And on the panel today, we have two guests. To my left is George Arango. He is the communications manager at the International Transformational Foundation of Kenya. And to my right is Go Yodera, who is with Change Associate Trust. Now, When I'm passing near the University of Nairobi, and the university is supposed to represent the institution of highest learning, I do notice that the traffic lights in that neighborhood are caged. This is in anticipation of how young people behave when they disagree.
Yes.
If these are the university people, the so-called schooled and educated, can the youth really be trusted in political and social leadership in this country?
A question like that is a loaded question, I want to say. And I want to say yes. Young people can be trusted. But also there's a place that young people have to prove themselves worthy of that. In essence, the fact that those traffic lights are caged, the fact that some of vandalism goes on around the universities and all that, shows that young people are not proving themselves trustworthy. But that does not mean that young people are not trustworthy. I think the young people of Kenya have an opportunity right now to begin to prove themselves worthy. I think the political space is open enough, and I think young people are beginning to show their prowess, especially when it comes to the place of in IT and communications and in the media and the arts. Young people are showing themselves worthy in many ways, and they are proving themselves in that way. And I think we can continue to do that in other sectors of society. But then again, when we see things going on, as you say, an example of caged traffic lights, then we're shooting ourselves on the foot as young people. But there has to be a give and take in some place. Young people have to invest in, it's just like this. If I go to my account in the bank, I cannot withdraw what I have not deposited.
Okay.
So young people need to actually do and deposit much more in their credibility bank, so that in the credibility bank of society, so that when the opportunity comes to withdraw, people say, yes, you have cut your teeth, you have a reputation. And I think young people need to prove themselves, given the opportunity, and opportunities are always presenting themselves.
Talking of young people proving themselves, George, the country now has a Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, and they have a department that has something to do with empowering the youth. And the last sentence on the paragraph they have on their website is that they seek to empower the youth socially, economically, and politically. Now, we're considering the work that your organization does. We talked before the break about the tools that the young people have to get, and you were about to tell us in detail, now in very concrete terms, in terms that can be understood by anybody, what 3 things or what 4 things do you do in order to empower the youth that you come in contact with?
First of all, as we deal with the youth, we train them. We have the vocational training, and we have also the professional training. Yeah, we have leadership skills. Yeah, on the professional training. So, what we do in the vocational training, we take this youth from the different parts of the country, different areas in rural setup. We take them to rehabilitation centers. Yeah, there are some centers, not really rehabilitation. We identify the problem of the youth. Yeah, after taking them from the community. If that is a drug addict, we try to incorporate him in a center which is affiliated to a rehabilitation center which is affiliated to drug and drug abuse. At the moment, we are partnered with the Ministry of Youth, as I have said. And when you look at the way we cooperate with the Ministry of Youth, we operate with the Ministry of Youth in giving the youth the ideas through debates and forums and seminars. Through these things, we host debates annually, we host forums periodically.
Okay, you've done that. What has been the outcome of all these processes to which you expose the youth that come?
Okay, so far what we can say, it has been a success. Because most of the youth that we have taken from these setups, they're beginning to change. Some of them are teachers in our institution. They become as volunteers teachers. They teach the others. So it's a two-way thing.
Okay, so there's some peer mentoring and peer tutoring and so on.
Yeah.
Which brings me to a point, Gowi.